Franklin Roosevelt once said, "We cannot build the future of our youth, but we can build our youth for the future." That applies to all of us in this global community, but particularly to those that work in education. Our teachers should do whatever to help students connect learning with real life and provide them with the necessary skills to prepare them for success in and the challenges that lie ahead in the 21st century and beyond. To teach our students these skills, it is important that we equip our educators with the technology, tools, and knowledge to help them succeed in teaching our students 21st century skills. But for our educators to fall in the baby boomer generation, that's often easier said than done. Does this scenario sound familiar?
I can't believe that training today. What do they expect us to do? Just track everything I've done for 40 years and start over?
Things are changing. Kids have all these new electronic doodads. We're going to have to change too. Not everything, just something.
Well, I guess you're right, but what about that homework she gave us? Watching a video on flipping a classroom. I don't want to be flipping my classroom. I've got 25 desks in there, and I've already rearranged it 3 times to make room for everything that I have. And now I'm supposed to flip everything? She's flipping crazy, and I'm going to be flipping her something.
Pearl, now that is not what she meant. Now here, just calm down. Let's watch this video here. Well, how do you, Pearl, if you just...
Well, geez, how do you turn it on?
No, you push a button here.
I'm pressing the side here.
Believe it or not, this clip demonstrates a generality among most of today's educators. They work in environments where professional development is emphasized and undervalued by their employees. They may resist learning about new technology. They need support and planning time. New technology takes them out of their comfort zones. In order to teach students to be creative and innovative, you have to train teachers how to be creative and innovative. Just like in teaching students, you have to motivate them and give them the skills and tools to succeed. For example, these instructors were just talking about flipped classrooms. It is one creative method teachers can use to teach students, but also one that can be used in training teachers. The traditional definition of a flipped classroom is a classroom where video, PowerPoints, links take the place of direct instruction. This then allows students to get individual time in class to work with their teacher on key learning activities. It is called the flipped class because what used to be the classwork, the lecture, is done at home via teacher-created videos, and what used to be the homework, assigned problems, is now done in class. So first we will choose a subject for our lesson. For this lesson, our objective is to teach students to categorize and classify information they acquire on different subjects in order to help them learn to organize the information and then by doing so gain a better understanding of the material they are studying. We'll be doing this by introducing the application Evernote. This is an example of setting up a video lecture for a flipped classroom. We're going to be showing Mrs. Webb's biology class how to set up an account in Evernote and how to set up notebooks for note-taking. Good evening, class. This is Mrs. Webb. Tonight's assignment is how to set up an Evernote account that we can use it to categorize and classify the notes we'll be taking in biology this semester. Remember that categorizing is sorting stuff into categories that are specific and personal to impose order, such as first period biology, second period math, etc. Classifying is further sorting stuff into known fixed classes. For instance, under biology, we will set up a notebook for mammals, reptiles, etc. So let's get started. Evernote is a suite of software and services designed for note-taking. It can be a formatted text, a web page, a piece of web page, photograph, a voice memo, or file attachment. So we're going to open our browser and go to the Evernote website at www.evernote.com. Once we get there, we will set up our account using an email address and password. So click on Sign Up Now, and it should open a login that will enable us to sign up for the account. Sometimes it takes just a minute. Remember to have patience. Sometimes you may have to refresh your browser. Or go to the menu and click Create Account. We want the Evernote free. And once you click on that, in the event that pressing on the Sign Up Now button doesn't work, you simply put in an email address, create a password, and then click Create an Account. Now at this point, once you've created an account, you should be able to download the application to whatever device you may be using or log in to the web version. Evernote can be used on an iPad, iPhone, Android, tablet, PC, laptop, notebook, and or MacBook. And any device that you use can be synced up with your other devices, so it makes note-taking very easy and versatile. Once we have downloaded the application, we will double-click the Evernote icon, which is the elephant head, and open the application. Now, since we've already set up an account, you simply sign in with the email address you used and the password, and it will open up your Evernote account. If you'll look at the top, you'll see a menu bar, just like in Microsoft Word and some of the other software applications we've used. When you look at the application itself, at the top it will have your account listed. It allows you to add another account or sign out. It allows you to sync your notes. You see here you can add a new note, a new chat. You can add a new notebook. You can search and find a notebook. You can sort your notebooks by name, how many notes, by count, or what was recently updated. You can look at it in a notebook format or in a list format. Over on the left, you will see your sidebar, which offers ways to browse the contents of your Evernote account. You have a work chat, you have shortcuts, which basically, if there's a particular notebook that you're always in and out of, you can drag over here under shortcuts and it will allow you to access it easier. Notes is just notes that you've added that are not maybe in a particular notebook. Your notebook list is all the notebooks you currently have in your Evernote account. Premium and announcements have to do with some of the paid-for applications or additional applications you can use with the Evernote program. The first two notebooks in your account are always First Notebook and Trash. First Notebook contains information on how to get started with Evernote, also some ways to create notes, snap photos, sync notes, some helpful hints. The second notebook is your Trash Notebook, which is whenever you delete a note, this is where it goes. So in case you need to restore that note, you can, or if you don't need to, you simply delete it from the trash folder and it's deleted permanently. So to create a notebook, we're going to go to the icon. We're going to go to our notebooks here, and then we're going to go to the little icon button here that has plus new notebook and click on it. When the notebook comes up, you can type in any name that you want to call it. In this case, we're going to call it First Period Biology. Okay, now we've created our notebook, so we double click on it and it will open our notebook, and we go up to the top here and we're going to create a new note in our First Period Biology notebook. Whenever you add a note to your notebook, be sure to always put a heading or some type of title. For instance, on this one, we're going to call it the definition of biology. We are going to pull the definition off a web page, so we're going to go back to our browser and we're going to type in the web page, which is www.thefreedictionary.com/biology. As you can see, we're going to go with the first definition that it pulls up. Simply highlight the definition, just like we've done before when we've copied and pasted text, and then go up and hit copy, or you can hit Command C in this case since I'm working on the MacBook. You go back to your Evernote account and you hit Command V or Edit Paste. And there is our definition of biology. You can also put in the URL address that we used. That way, if you have to go back and refer to it for any reason or reference it, you've got it there in your notes. And this is always a good practice to do. Now, in addition to adding notes to your notebooks, you can also add a tag. It's an optional way to associate keywords to notes for easier accessibility. If you look up here at the top, you'll see like what looks like a little sales tag. You simply click it and you type whatever keyword that you want to add to that note. In this case, we're going to go ahead and put definition of biology. That's our keyword. Now, once you finish adding notes to your notebook, for instance, we've added a definition. We could go in and, types of biology or classes of biology, branches of biology, and add that as well. In this case, when we go to look that up, you'll notice there is biology, which is the study of life. There's also agriculture, astrobiology, biochemistry, bioengineering. Our key focus is in biology. Also, we could add this or any other notes that we're taking. In this case, we're going to be studying mammals the first 6 weeks, so we're going to add another notebook called Mammals. Now, the great thing about this is that Evernote allows you to stack notebooks. So they're a way of organizing multiple notebooks by grouping them to sets, like an encyclopedia set. To do so, we just create the notebook, and then we pull it or drag it over top of the notebook we want it to be stacked with, and then release it. So you drag and click, remember how we've done that before, put it on top of the notebook you want to add it to, and then you release it. When we double click that notebook, we now see that our mammals notebook is in with our biology notebook. And you simply double click that notebook, and once again, it will allow you to open it. You could add notes from the website or attachments, anything at all, just like we did previously. If we wanted to add the definition of mammals, we could do that. If we wanted to add everything from Wikipedia into that, we could also do that. Classifications, the evolution history of mammals. Maybe we want to go in and define that. Look how it groups the mammals, the actual classification names. If you look here, here's evolution. This web can't even talk today. Evolutionary history. You could actually copy that and paste that into your notes. For instance, we will copy this here using our copy button. Go back here, and we're going to add a new note in mammals. We're going to paste it, and we're going to title it Evolutionary History. Let's see tomorrow in class if we can say that 3 times fast. And we're also going to tag it, so that'll be easier for us to find. Now, when you double click in notes, it will show you all the notes that you've done by month and date. When you click into notebooks, it will show you all of your notebooks that you've set up. If you'll look under recent notes, it gives you what you've recently added. And if you look under tags, it gives you the tags you've assigned. So if we click on definition of biology, it automatically takes us to that note. If we click on evolutionary history, it automatically takes us to that note. Now, in this case, we're going to be going into our biology notebook quite a bit, so we're going to drag it over here to our shortcuts. So basically, the last thing we're going to cover is how we're going to share our notes. Remember that we will be doing some group work this semester, and there's a lot of times when you may have to collaborate with some of your other classmates or with your group. In order to share a note, you simply click on the note, go to the top where you see this little square, looks like a talk bubble with an arrow in it. Click share, and then type in the email address of the student or students you wish to share with. You can have them edit, view, or you can edit and invite them into that notebook. We're just going to have them view in this case, and we're going to hit send. What will happen is they will get a note in their email letting them know that you have shared something with them. And I'm going to show you what that would look like. In this case, here was one. I sent a chat, and this one was vocabulary terms. Basically, it'll say that a notebook has been shared with you, and would you simply click below and add it to your list. This is going to be a great tool when we're working on our project, especially as we get to the end of the semester. It's a great way to share notes when someone's been out. I will be using it for those students that miss class due to illness or field trips and stuff that you have to take. Basically, this is it. We've created our note-taking system. I want you to review this video as often as you need to tonight, because any questions that you have regarding the setup of your account or notes or notebooks or how to share them should be asked during our Q&A session at the beginning of class tomorrow. Once we finish that session, everyone will be setting up their account. So make sure that you have your email address set up as we discussed earlier in the semester, and we will take care of this tomorrow.